Hey all you cool cats and kittens, welcome back to Remote Learning with Miss Corwin. We are on our editing phase. We are on day 7 today for our narrative writing. You have all come so far. We've made some really great stories and really creative just outlets of these small moments that you have come up with. We only have a few things left to do, but first I just want to say that I'm so proud of all the work that you have completed so far. You've really made some amazing pieces of work, and they've just been amazing to read. So let's look at what we're doing today. Today we are going to be making our final drafts of our papers. You've made it this far, you've done it. We just have a few things left to do before we can say that our papers are done. We need to just do a few last touches. So let's take a look at what some of those last touches are going to look like. So first of all, we've been working on these stories for weeks. We've added those specific nouns, those strong verbs, the dialogue, a perfect ending, and so much creativity. It's time for us to do our final drafts, as I've already said. But when we did all those things, when we did the specific nouns, the strong verbs, the dialogue, the perfect ending, we had made all these little lines. And we changed the font colors and all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do today is we are going to open up your first draft narrative writing and your final draft narrative writing document. You have a new document today. First thing you can do in that new document is right where it says your name, initials only. You can go ahead, take that out. When I say initials only, I mean that I would like for you to just put in the first letter of your first name and the second letter of or the first letter of first name, first letter of second name. So for me, it's going to be SC for Samantha Corwin. Next, I'm going to come over here to the narrative writing final drafts. So honestly, it's a little bit clumsy just because this is the way we kind of had to do it when we were doing it. But here, I'm going to show you how we can move over our story. So I'm going to come to the bottom of my first paragraph. When I do that, I'm going to hold my mouse and I'm going to color everything. I'm going to highlight everything. When I do that, I'm going to hit right click on your little trackpad, on your mouse pad. You might have to hit either Control or Alt and then right click. But yeah, then afterwards you'll see either a cut or a copy option. Choose the copy option this time. And then come back into your final draft and hit the paste button. It will be right click paste. Now we're good for the second paragraph. So we are going to highlight everything here. Highlight it. And a different option you have would be to hit the Control button. And as you are holding down your Control button, you can also hit the letter C. Nothing's going to pop up on your screen, so it's kind of invisible. But yeah, then when you come back to your final draft, you're going to hold Control and then click V, and then it'll paste everything. Come back to the first draft, highlight everything from your third paragraph. I'm going to right click, copy, final draft. Then I'm going to right click, paste. All right, cool. Now we can go on to the next paragraph. This one's a little bit tricky just because it cut onto 2 pages. There's a page break, but same idea. You're going to highlight everything. Oops, that was a little too much. I'm going to highlight everything, and this time I'm going to hold Control and hit C, new page. I'm going to hit Control and hit V at the same time, and it should pop up. Now, last paragraph, highlight everything. Then I'm going to right click and hit copy. And for this one, I'm going to shake it up a little bit. I'm going to first make sure it's on the bottom line, and then I'm going to hold Control and then hit V, and it will all pop up here. So now I have my whole story here, and it's ready to go. It's ready for me to start editing it. So one of the first things I see is that I need to indent my paragraphs. My first one is already done. Second one, I can see there's not an indent. So I'm going to come to where I see that paragraph starts, and instead of hitting the space bar a bunch of times, which can make it kind of like different lengths for your indents, there's a way easier way to do it, and I'm going to show you. So yeah, instead of hitting the space bar a bunch, I'm going to hit the button that says Tab. When I hit Tab, it will automatically move it so it's at the same distance as the first paragraph above. Awesome. So now I see that big space right there. That tells me that I had a paragraph here where it says just outside, and I'm going to hit tab. So for this next one, it's a little bit hard to see where the paragraph starts and stops. So I might need to go back over to my first draft narrative writing document, see where that third paragraph starts. It starts with just outside the window. Okay. So then I'm going to come down until I find not just outside the window, I'm sorry, where it says my heart beat faster. So it says my heart beat faster, then I hit tab. This last one's actually already done for me, so I don't need to do anything there. So now all of my paragraphs are tabbed and all ready to go. They're all indented, but now I see all these colors here for my specific nouns, my strong verbs. I see these crossed out sentences. So that's what I'm going to want to take care of next. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to show you a trick. So I'm going to hold down Control and then click A. When I do that, it changes everything. Come up to the text color, and I want everything to be black. So I'm just going to click on that black. Next, I have some bolds throughout mine, so I'm going to click where it says bold, and when I do that, it's going to bold everything. And I don't want everything bolded, I want nothing bolded, so I'm going to click it one more time. And now nothing is bolded. So I have everything the same color, I have everything either bolded or not bolded, so that looks good to me. While I'm here, though, I see that I also want to make sure that the font is all the same size. So I hit Control A to make sure the font's all the same size, and I'm going to want 12 for my font. And in our papers, when we write in middle school and in high school, we always write our papers in Times New Roman font. So I'm going to scroll down in my fonts until I see Times New Roman. Click there, and now everything is the same font. It's all the same size, it's all the same color, nothing's bolded that doesn't need to be bolded, and that looks good. One of the last things I see in here is that I still have these strike-through lines. This is where I had sentences that I meant to take out. So I am going to highlight those striked out sentences. I don't want those. Highlight and then hit backspace, and it will get rid of them. Next one, highlight and backspace. Something that might happen though is, see here where it says RV.A. You lost the space in between the end of the sentence and your new sentence. So just make sure that after each period or punctuation mark, you have a space right there. So coming down, I see I have another strike through right there. I'm going to take that out. That one left the space, so that's fine. This one, I'm going to highlight it, take it out. And now, so here, you can see there's a little problem that just happened. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see a little bit better. So what happened is I took out that strike through, but it left that line. And even though I keep backing up, if I type spaces here, it's going to keep showing me that line. So an easy way to fix that would be just to delete even the period, rewrite the period, and hit space. And then it will all come back in. If I hit format, strike through, you could get through or get rid of it that way too, but that's okay. This might be an easier way to do it. I'm going to come back up to the top, and now everything looks good to go. The last thing I see is that my story just needs a title now. So I am going to come up with a new name for my story. Instead of just title here, I think I'm going to name this one A Night of Fireflies. And since this is a short story, I actually write the name of the story in quotation marks. Short stories use quotation marks when we have these. So, scrolling around, it all looks good to me so far. Everything's the same color, same size, same font. There's no weird spaces in here. This is good to go. And notice how I also don't have big spaces in between paragraphs. So, last thing I see here is SC, your initials, then my name, Miss Corwin, then we have writing and the date. Those things should already be there for you. That's just how you have proper MLA format. But just one last glance over here. Looks good to me. And that is about all I have for you today. Make sure you get this page turned in. This is the page that I am looking for. But that's really all I have for you. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. I'm always more than happy to help you out. Again, I'm so proud of everything that you've all done. You've done amazing. And yeah, that checklist will be on the Google Classroom too, so you don't have to keep watching the video. But that's all I have for you today, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye.